The following is brought to you in part by System Blue. Products, events, publishing, trade secrets of the Blue Devils.
Welcome to Extreme Sports with the Pit.
One, yeah,
we're
two, three! This is our first rained out rehearsal. This is the Blue Devils front ensemble. This is what we do.
No, you're good. Yeah! This went from the worst day to like the best day in a matter of seconds.
You're
going so slow.
You have to try.
While the crowd witnesses the musical feats accomplished by the members of each show, there are many people behind the scenes that make the Blue Devils national tour a reality. The administrators, the drivers, and the kitchen crew, a collective of hard-working individuals that prove that all branches of drum corps have their fair share of responsibilities, especially when handling the task of transporting and feeding nearly 200 bodies each summer.
It's pretty much a year-round thing because we always know that we're going to have the next year coming up, start anticipating where we might be going, what sort of facilities we might need, so we're always constantly looking forward.
My first duty is to take care of the members and make sure they're as healthy and taken care of as possible. My second duty is to make sure the environment for everybody on the road allows them to do their jobs to the best of their ability.
We are kind of planning the day for the staff and the kids 24 hours, 7 days a week, so it doesn't stop.
The drum corps rolls in and we get them onto the gym floor as soon as we can. A couple hours later, the cooks are up and stirring.
So if the corps is up at 8, we are up at 6. We do breakfast and lunch and dinner and a snack.
The members get up and we start heading towards the field. Meanwhile, then the drivers are starting to wake up and are determining if we have to get fuel done, if there's anything that needs to be repaired that day so we can get out of town the next night. I'm on the phone already to the next site ahead of us. And then, when all's said and done and we have dinner, then we're loading up and heading to the show that night to start the whole process over again.
We decided to do like early morning community service for the snare line. Create a little humility, and give ourselves some perspective at this time of year, because this is the kind of time of the season where people get a little kind of antsy to get home. You start getting a little short-tempered and things like that, and sometimes a little perspective goes a long way.
I cook a lot at home, so you know.
Now you feel like you're at home.
It's not bad.
Not just, show our love to the food staff, but show our love to the corps, and just make sure it helps get everybody out of their funk, to be honest with you, man. It's just been a good time.
Step around.
All the hard work and labor, the finished product.
We have over 40 adults at any one time while we're on tour, comprised of our cooks, drivers, medical personnel, the management team, merchandise, our souvenir personnel. All of those people come on to manage those roles and take care of it, make sure that everything works smoothly and runs smoothly.
We are hand washing our uniforms today. Freshen them up. To be honest, they stink.
This kid right here can march because look at all that. Sweat. That's just sweat. The process here is we take the really stinky uniforms from over there, we bring them over to this tub right here. We have OxyClean in it. So this is our pre-soak. We transfer these over into our other bucket, that's our wash bucket, which has a little bit of Dawn dishwashing liquid and some Downy fabric softener. We run that through really quick, and then we take it over to the rack over there where Brian Howard rinses them very thoroughly, and then we hang them up and we put them over on this fence to air dry. Hopefully when we're finished with this, that they will smell really good.
Well, you know, it's odd. I see the same kind of people every year with the Blue Devils. I see kids that are committed and passionate about what they do.
This year's been awesome. We just had a really great group of people, and everybody's just had a really good time. Well, we like to laugh and have a good time, so it's been awesome. This particular year has been wonderful.
I think tour has been crazy, as it always is, but honestly, I think the management team has handled it really well. We've been well trained. We were trained by the best, by Pete Emmons. He's really the godfather of this activity and this drum corps. He's kind of set a standard of excellence and a care for the kids.
And it seems everybody with the Blue Devil organization is committed to how important it is that the members have a great experience, that they have a learning experience and an enjoyable experience.
It's fun to be a part of something as special as the Blue Devils.
The activity, I mean, it's the greatest activity for kids that I can even imagine.
The Italian dinner is when all the girls in the color guard are sitting around the tables, and the drum line is doing their thing on the table while we're just dancing and banging on the table and making all these characters around them pretty much. At first we're kind of angry, and then we read our script around the table, and then we start having a conversation with each other. For the part when we look like we're talking, I usually say something to Caitlin, and then she usually says something to me, and so that whole time I'm just thinking about what I'm going to say to her.
After the ballad, we all reach towards the guard soloist, and then it kind of transforms into this big circus theme, and everyone's kind of in a quirky, broken, bent position, and it slowly morphs into this solid drill set, and it kind of ripples through all the way until we put our horns up and play this big circus hit. First, I start by kind of like having my arms up, like big monkey arms, and I drag my legs, and then I do kind of like a high step, snap up into position. I think it's supposed to be kind of light and whimsical, kind of an insight into Fellini's mind as a movie designer. You know, he likes the surreal kind of blends between reality and surreality.
And I break out and I do this little vis solo right behind the pit. And I do a couple Sinead turns and do a little drop spin, and then I get up, shove my foot up into the air, then I run over to the camera. So it's looking at the guard during their little tap dancing moment, and I look through it, do a little connection up to the audience, and run back into the form room.
My favorite part is the ending. It feels like such a solid, powerful ending. I really like the music. It's fun to play, it's fun to march.
So at the end of the show, I'm at the back of the 50, pulling him, doing like a little bit of a slow motion pulling motion, so similar to the one that the horn line does in the opener. The horn line has accents on 2 and 6, so I'm accenting those motions on 2 and 6, giving like a little like breath and pull, and across the 50, back into the final set. So after I pull the core back, so we have these big film reels, and I go up to this light here and I shine the spotlight on somebody who's coming across to the back 25 ladder, and as soon as he passes by, I just chill with it right at the end. Scott just kind of said, all right, Nico, kind of figure out something to do, and I try to figure out like what are things that the members do throughout the entirety of the show. So.
And breathe, exhale, stay low, flex your feet.
We're tight roping. We're trying to hold balance, creating big body lines, and then they have an entire phrase of body movement where they're changing levels, doing a lot of different body shapes. We're just trying to keep them in character.
So trumpet, after we do this, we go up and we push. That's not another one of these low spins, okay? It's not one of the releases. It's just a character change, okay? So your hands here is pressing away. It presses, and you can do a spin if you want, but it's not one of the low curved spines, okay?
We basically just try to balance on a rope, an imaginary rope on the ground to our next dot. And it's kind of hard because you're like focusing on that and trying to make it look real, but while staying in the form. It's definitely different than anything else I've ever done. And that goes for all the choreography we do here. But I enjoy it.
Cover down, cover, cover, cover. Power, power. Now slow down, take your time, Don't overhype.
You're on track to do an amazing thing this year. Just keep enjoying every minute of it, because man, you guys are incredible.
No art passes through conscience in the way that film does. And in the waning moments of the Blue Devils' 2014 competitive season, the end lies in sight. Each member living through moments that tap directly into human emotion and deep down into the rooms of their soul. Artistic truth captured in the audience's ever-observant gaze as a spectacle that defies explanation. Right until the very end.